Hey everybody, welcome back to the Purple Sales Podcast. My name is Luke and today we kick off a mini-series around sales mentality. What do I mean by sales mentality? Well, to be a salesperson, there are a number of different very important character traits that you need to assume, learn. If you have them naturally, brilliant, but of course always tailor to your specific client or situation. These will help you win more deals in the long term. Guys, also please don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good stuff so I know I'm delivering content that is of value to you. So what are we going to talk about today? Sales mentality. A really core character trait is mental resilience. And look, I know we hear it all the time now that you have to be mentally resilient and blah and all that kind of stuff, but how does this actually apply to sales? Well, sales can be the best job in the world, but it's also a tough job. Potentially, there's long hours, tough targets, tough environments to work in, hard clients to deal with. As a salesperson, you're stuck in between marketing and delivery quite often. And look, you hear the word no a lot. You're constantly dealing with objection handling. And so if you're an OG seller in the space and you've never really come across this kind of scenario, good for you. But if you've been selling for any length of time, in my opinion, then you've probably heard the word no a lot. You've lost more deals than you'll ever win. But that's what makes us mentally resilient. And if you're a new seller starting off on your sales career, just understand that a lot of it will be trial by fire. A lot of this mental resilience and mental toughness you will have to pick up as you progress through your sales career. But don't get disheartened when you hear the word no. Don't get disheartened when you lose deals. Every negative scenario or experience that you have in sales, much like in life, is an opportunity to get better. So how best can we prepare for this? Well, like I said, you got to prepare for the worst. You've got to prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. And a lot of the time we talk about for our clients, what's our dream outcomes? And we need to understand when we're embarking on a new sales job, a new sales career, maybe we're selling a new product or service for ourselves or someone else, what is that dream scenario for us? What are those goals that we want to hit? These could be number of sales, number of revenue. If you're working for a company, they'll have metrics to assess you against. So again, work with your team, work with your manager to understand what do those targets look like, what commission does that mean for you, and of course, a lot of us in sales are very monetarily driven. So against your targets, what's that commission look like for you, and then what are you going to do with that money? Is it the Lamborghini? Does it mean that your kids are gonna have a great Christmas? Does it mean you can feel a bit more comfortable paying off the mortgage this month? Whatever it is, good, bad, or ugly, what do those goals look like for you? And then plan for the worst, because especially if you're starting in a new role, what are those leads like coming in? What's going to happen if the leads are rubbish? What's going to happen if marketing don't deliver? What's going to happen if something happens with marketing and they don't launch the campaigns in time? You may have a Q2 target, but if the campaigns don't get launched until the end of Q2, well, then how long is the deal going to take to come in? What's the sales cycle on those? Plan for the worst and take steps to mitigate that. What can you do? We're ultimately all responsible for our own targets, our own territories, and our own clients. And so you may want to just sit there and blame everybody else, but there's things that you're going to have to do ahead of time to prepare yourself for the worst. Can you get out there on platforms like LinkedIn? Are there old leads you can look at? Is there old dead pipeline? Are there other team members that need support? Maybe your colleague has too many leads, God forbid, to follow up. Can you help him take some of his or her leads off their plate to help them out? So when we think about mental resilience, it's not just how do we cope when things go wrong. It's how do we best prepare ourselves to A, hope for the best, have a positive mental attitude, and hope things don't go wrong and plan for that dream outcome, but also plan for the disaster. Imagine how it's going to feel when you get 20 no's every single day. Tons of objections thrown at you. Marketing don't deliver. the client's unhappy for whatever reason. All these different scenarios, and what can you do to mitigate that risk? Because trust me, if it hasn't gone wrong for you yet in sales, it will. I'm not trying to be negative. Well, I am actually trying to be very negative. But if it hasn't gone wrong for you yet, it will. And if it has gone wrong for you, how best do you analyze that to make sure it never happens again? Guys, in the next episode, we're going to be talking about patience. Something that's not typically attributed to salespeople. But I hope you join me for that. Please like and subscribe. I'd love to hear your feedback on how you stay mentally fit, mentally tough, and mentally resilient in your sales game. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Luke out.